What is up, my beautiful people? Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us tonight. I see Vera Ray was in here. Girl, I don't know if you're still in here, but that was me that replied to you there, that Gemma Jade. Thanks for coming in. I did see your email. I am going to check it right after this stream. So I wasn't really going to do Tuesday streams anymore. I just really don't have a lot of time for it, working on the third book with trying to get the business started up with the pro website and just everything else going on. But I got something really special for you guys tonight, because one of my clients, one of you guys that if you come into the Wednesday night stream know, one of our friends, our tribe, has went through a pretty miraculous transformation, spiritual awakening, and he really wanted to share with you guys how he got there. So we didn't really prepare much. He kind of just wanted to come on and talk about his journey, and I thought that it would be something really good. And let me tell you why. Aside from the fact that I was lucky enough to get to watch it from start to where it is now, because it's never finished, right? It's a lifetime journey with no real destination, awakening. But because July has been kind of overtaken energetically by the sleepers, okay? And those are the people who are not only not awakened, but who either don't know what spiritual awakening is, aren't aware of energy or anything around them, who don't work with the universe. Not us, right? The people that don't like seeing other people find themselves and don't like seeing other people do well, and just those lower vibrational negative people, their energy, their collective energy is kind of overtaken ours somehow for the month of July. It's been just not a good month energetically, but we are coming out of that on the 26th as the Lionsgate portal opens. Now, I might not have time to talk with you guys about that tonight, because probably only going to go for about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how this goes, because I've got a lot going on myself. But I really am happy that you guys joined us. Larry A is with us. I'm going to bring him and Ghostdragonzw out in a minute. I just want to say hi. So we got Vera Ray, Crowley. I hope you have fun wherever you're going there. Ann Palmer, always a pleasure. Blue Crossroads and Shauna. And I just noticed I don't have a thumbnail. I got put in Facebook jail for making a harmless joke. And so I'm not allowed on for another 24 hours. So I didn't have access to the thumbnail I wanted to use with Larry's picture. So I just went to an old one that I'd already used, and it was telling me it was like too big. So tech issues, I don't know. It's like a Mercury retrograde kind of moment. So I've got 14 watching now. Hopefully more people come in. Ralph and Cassie Francis, so nice to see you. And I think that's it. For now, Mike Roberts, hi, got off work in time to catch the show. I am very, very happy that you are here as well. Davy Jones Locker, Gar, DC Joey, chiming in as I drive out here in DC. Well, it's very good to have you, all of you. Mac Taylor, what is up? So just two things I want to show you guys. First, my new Camp Crystal Lake shirt where it says Camp Crystal Lake, no place to hide. I thought that was really cool. I got it at Kohl's. And then I want to thank Lotus Girl Towing Tennille, even though she's not in here right now, for this. And I wish Taiwaz was here, because this is Moldavite. And Moldavite is, this thing literally vibrates with energy. It's super expensive because it's extremely rare. This piece came from India. It took a long time to get to me. I've been waiting for it. It has a lot of connection with extraterrestrial contact. And I'm going to use it when I open up the CE5 app. I don't know if you guys can see it. My light is kind of making it glisten, but it's like an olive green color, and it's just, oh my gosh. Vera, you are still here. Awesome. So I'm going to put that inside because I want it touching my skin. I know people say you can carry crystals in your pocket and your purse, and you can, and that's fine as long as you activated them. But I like them touching my skin. Heather Nikki, what's up? And guys, I will be on tomorrow with Ghost Dragons at the regular time for the Intuitive Oracle. What's up, Jarvis? So let me bring Ghost Dragons in, and then let's get Larry in and let him just talk about, he has something he wants to read. You know, he's nervous. He's never been on YouTube before, and I'm sure you guys can imagine what that's like. So you guys know him, Larry A. Be patient, be considerate, be loving, be kind. And all right, let me bring them in. Christian Wolf, hi.
So, everybody. And Mike, if I came home clean, that means I didn't work. So I always made it a point to come home dirtier than everybody else at work.
Marie, my wifey. Oh, Mike, you're fine. Mike, that's perfectly okay. I mean, chicks, like I tell my female clients, carry them around in your bra. You guys don't really have a lot of choice. Keep them in your pockets. That's fine. And when you meditate with them, make sure you keep them in your left hand, okay? Or your non-dominant hand. I say left because I'm right-handed. Your non-dominant hand is the meditation hand. And I'm also learning on points. So like my amethyst, which is for the, I can't even think of the chakras right now. I'm having a really hard time the past couple of days, guys. So I'm putting it like right up there on my crown and letting that, and then the howlite right on my third eye. Wow, so many people. My wifey for lifey, John Edmonds, Hilton Whitwood, Norland too. Chris Jarvis says, Gemma, I just saw 6 Bigfoot sightings in a forest less than an hour from you. Whereabouts? Gemites, gemstones. All right. I'm going to bring Larry in. Larry just wants to talk about his transformation. Larry wants to give you guys encouragement. Larry wants to let you guys know how I've helped him, which is super cool since I'm starting my professional business website, hopefully this week. You guys, I don't even think have any idea of half of the stuff that I offer and sell. So that's going to be really, really cool. So I love you guys. Definitely do. You guys make my whole day better. You guys are my little guy. All right. I'm going to bring Larry in. Like I said, be kind, be patient, and let's welcome him. Jeanette, what's up, girl? Hey, Larry.
Hello, everybody. Sorry, I can't ask people in the chat because I got my phone here and I can't type to say hello.
Ghost Dragons we'll take questions in the last few minutes, and Ghost Dragons can kind of field any questions for you. Don't worry about that. I brought you in as a guest. I should have brought you in as a host. You would have had access, but next time. So, can't tell if I saw a shadow person or if I'm just super stressed or sleep deprived. Super stressed and sleep deprived does not equal shadow person. Unless you have some kind of coat rack in your room with like a hat on it. Like when people say that, like you're sleep deprived or delirious, like no, like those aren't the types of things that you see. Now you could see, I know when I used to be like very sleep deprived, when I couldn't sleep, I would see like, spots in front of my eyes and stuff like that. But I would doubt very, very highly if a shadow person you saw was due to lack of sleep. Jeanette, that's Wednesday night, baby girl.
I was just going to type that. That's tomorrow night.
Tonight's Tuesday. I don't usually come on Tuesdays anymore. But like I said, Larry really has an amazing adventure. And I think you guys should hear it. So Larry, if you want to just start out and just read what you have first, and then we'll just bring you in from there.
Okay, well, I need to tell them what it's about. I was healed from COPD, and I'm, pretty happy about that. I wrote a little bit of stuff down about that. I'm kind of nervous. You'll kind of have to excuse me. But first, what happened is I thought that I had the pandemic because I was having a hard time breathing when it came out. So I went to my doctors, and he checked me out. He said, no, you don't have the pandemic. And he listened to my lungs and he goes, but I think you need to see a lung specialist. So I went to a lung specialist. They did this test where they put you in this glass cage or whatever it is, where you breathe into a bunch of stuff. And after I was done with that, the lady there said, you have COPD. And I go, what? I said, that can't be right. This thing's got to be wrong. And then so she checked it again. And sure enough, it said the same thing. For me being angry and stuff, feeling sorry for myself and all this stuff, it was different. But anyway, I wrote down a little bit of stuff about it.
My mom has COPD, and I know it's really, really hard on her. Like, yeah.
Yeah, you can't breathe a lot of the times without medication. So I don't know if the medication helped me heal, but to me, it's a spiritual healing, because I don't have it anymore. With the MRI showed that they were clean. The last time I went to do my MRI, the person that did my MRI for me, the technician after that, he came in and says, wow, your lung pictures look way different. I go, well, what do you mean? He said, well, I can't tell you anything. You have to talk to your doctor about that. But then I went to my doctor and he said that my lungs were cleared. I don't have COPD anymore. They took me off the medication, but this is kind of why here, not only meeting Gemma Jade and the people here at this group where I could see the kindness and the love that helped me to calm down. Gemma showed me how to meditate, told me how to meditate. So I learned to do that. I can get into pretty deep meditation now. But anyway, I wrote this down. You have to kind of excuse me a little bit. I am nervous.
Okay, take a deep breath. Take your time. Remember, you're among friends.
All right. Okay, here it is. I'm not any different than anybody else. We all have the ability to experience healing. You can change your consciousness and your vibrations and the way you think and perceive things by learning how to pray and meditate. When we go into deep meditation, truly focused, we can activate the pineal gland or the third eye. And then I feel like we live in a box or a matrix, that there are dark forces that manipulate us to try to keep us under control, but we can break through the perception of this matrix. We can reawaken our pineal gland. We can do this by meditation, being out in nature, cleansing. Then you can elevate your thoughts, your vibrations. And also, I think that we're being programmed and perceived. We only perceive a few things in our reality. When we awaken our pineal gland, we will be able to perceive more in a broader spectrum and true realities. Okay.
So I want to break down a little bit of what you said, because a lot of what you said is
you said a lot.
It's so incredibly true. Jeanette, let me finish up with this and then I will get to that, because I do have an opinion on that. So one of the things you said, so guys, I am a huge believer in the multiverse. I'm a huge believer in the Matrix. But even if you don't believe in that stuff, right? What Larry's talking about, what I talk about, what we all talk about in this stream, even on Wednesday nights when we get together for the readings, okay, is the spiritual awakening, the shifting of the consciousness, the pineal or the pineal, like I call it, because I don't know how to pronounce anything, gland. That's your third eye. These are real things. The energy around you. I think I told you guys last week that they have this study going on now where they're putting these like helmets or whatever on people, and they have it hooked up to a computer, and they're like, now think of a color, and whatever color the person thinks of comes up onto a computer screen. Why? Because our thoughts are active things. They're real, actual things, like the words coming out of my mouth. You can't see them, but you can hear them. Thoughts you can't see or hear, but they are there and they are coming out. So things like energy and cleansing and clearing and all that, it's really true. Getting into deeper states of meditation, the deeper you get, the ascended masters can get to the point where they levitate off the ground. I can levitate for about 12 to 15 minutes before I'm like back to being crazed. But can I tell you that 12 to 15 minutes is like the most peaceful time of my life. Jeanette, I'm not sure about holistic. I've never had experience with them, but I can say that I do believe in herbal remedies. I do believe in essential oil healing, like neroli and neroli, patchouli, and frankincense never fails to put RJ down for a nap, which I've learned the past couple days.
Lavender would do it too.
Burning certain herbs throughout my house will really clear up the energy in the air and make it easier to breathe for my asthma. I also have a certain incense that I can burn, like camphor, that'll de-stuff you, like Vicks Vapor Rub. So I do believe, if that's holistic healing, I do believe in that. And I believe very, very much in energy healing. I believe it's all worth a shot, and it's about what you believe in. And Larry, I know you've been getting back to nature, and that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. Lotus Girl, yeah. What's up, Mama? I got my necklace on. I just have it touching my skin. I showed everybody. You've been really getting back to nature, and that's something that I noticed with me. I help teach you guys and I help guide you, but that doesn't mean that I'm perfect with anything. That doesn't mean that I'm more ascended. I'm more open with my senses in a lot of ways, but I still have to research this stuff. I still have to study it, and I learn with you. Mike and I did an hour video chat the other night, and you know, I was, as I was teaching him, I was learning stuff, and that's why I tell you guys, like,
always,
I'll help you any way I can. Yeah, but it's up to you. You know, I have to get back to nature, Larry. That's one of the things you've inspired me to do. I live next to hiking trails, wildlife, nature protected land, and I don't like going outside. Like, I've become so introverted. So you guys, a few of you, Larry, mainly you, because of how I've seen you grow and change. And that's one of the things you do. I've decided that I'm going to start at least twice a week going for a short nature walk and just spending time out there.
Oh, it helps greatly. I love going out into nature. It's been really hot now, though. Today it was 110, but I still went out there for my...
What state? What state?
Oh, I'm in Weatherford, Texas, by Fort Worth, Dallas, Fort Worth.
And what were you saying? You still went out today? And then
yeah, I still go out every day.
What's your process?
It's really nice. You know, there's some big trees there that I can go under to meditate under, and it almost seems like 10 or 15 degrees cooler.
And that's another thing Mother Nature does for us, right? Like you need to be cooler so you can get out there and do your thing. But guess what? Like you said, you can find a large tree and then you're in the shade and it's 10 to 12, maybe 15 degrees cooler. And those are the kinds of things that people are like, yeah, it's just a tree, but it's not. It's an open invitation to come and cool yourself and calm yourself. What's your process when you go out and you sit under that tree? What's your process? You just sit there and clear your mind, or do you have a process?
No, I kind of have a process. When I start meditating, I think, you know, relaxation. I put my hands down, then I try to relax all parts of my body, starting with my feet, then work my way up. And then I, you know, do a thing like what I call grounding, to where I picture a part of my body being stuck into the earth and going down real deep. And then I'll, you know, picture a globe around me, like, and that's how I meditate.
A globe of like light, or just
like an aura? Yeah, light. My aura. I try to expand my aura. Is what I do. I like to expand my aura around me. You know, because stuff protects me too. Because I've seen some weird things out there. As a matter of fact, I've sent you a picture.
I was just going to say that I do have those pictures, but I don't know how to put them up. I was going to do it through Facebook.
We're going to learn how to do that.
Facebook jail. So we have to learn how to do that, but I will share them for sure. That's something that Steve, Ghost Dragons and I are working on.
Yeah.
Because you can really
I guess
really see the entity there.
Yeah, you thought that it was a djinn or something, but I didn't get the feeling. I'm sorry, I didn't get the feeling it was a djinn. I thought it was something else.
Here's what happened. When the first time you sent it to me, I looked at it, and as always, I had the baby with me, and I kind of glanced, and I saw, and I just got this like negative, very heavy energy like I get when I'm in the presence of a djinn, which I always am at my mom's. When I came home from my mom's and re-looked at those pictures, no, I did not get a djinn off it. I think what was in my mother's house was influencing pretty much everything I was doing, because I was very low vibrational, and I think it was just trying to put fear in me, and kind of make me confused. Yeah. What did you get off the pictures? Because I am going to share them. I'm probably going to try to do that tomorrow night, because they are
that one thing that you see, it does in the smaller picture. You can see it has pointed ears, and I sent you a picture of this hole too. Do you remember that? You got that still?
Let me see something came out of that. You guys keep talking. I'm going to see what I have here.
But anyway, when I was meditating and I had expanded my aura out, I could hear something talking, you know, saying something. And I turned around and I looked up on that hill, and there was this thing just staring at me. So I don't know, maybe it got caught in my aura, possibly. I don't know. But I can't believe it. I can't believe it let me take a picture of it. Because after I said, well, people are going to think I'm crazy. You know,
No,
maybe I
no,
can get a
it's
picture.
very clear. It's very clear. And you know, that's very interesting that you said that, because I've never talked about that before. It's kind of never come up, right? As you put that, and this is another thing Mike and I were talking about, because just like I work with you, I work with him as well. And we were talking about it the other night, just that planting yourself into the ground, grounding yourself into the earth wherever you are, right? And then projecting your light out, your Christ light or source light, whatever you want to call it, whether it's gold to you, it could be green, it doesn't matter. People think, even with me, like, what does a green aura mean? I don't know what a green aura means for you, because I have all different things that I associate each color aura to, depending on who or what I'm looking at. There's specific guidelines, but everyone's different. My red might be different than Steven's red. You know what I mean? It's different. But I never actually considered putting that light out and engulfing something, whatever that was. And when I looked at it again, I really hope I still have it on here. If not, it's in my computer. I do have it because I saved it this time. I saved everything you sent me. I did get Fae Creature, and maybe because Fae are really big on ownership, maybe when you engulfed it or encompassed it, maybe that implied some kind of ownership to it, because you were able to catch it. You don't just catch Fae. I mean, that's pretty amazing. I didn't know the background on that. You and I spoke, but you know, like, I'm always so scatterbrained unless I'm like sitting right here. That's being a mom to a toddler. I can't help it, but I try my best. But I didn't realize that you had kind of literally captured it.
Well, I don't know if I did or not. I can't believe that it let me catch it.
I think you did.
When I took the pictures of it and I looked down to see if I captured it, then when I looked back up, it was gone.
How big was it? Like,
it wasn't very big. It was actually kind of small.
Okay.
It wasn't a giant.
It looked elfish to me.
Elfish?
Yeah, like an elf or fairy or something, I thought.
It was definitely a Fae creature. I'm trying to find it, but it's got to be in my computer. What I'm going to do, Larry, is try to share it tomorrow.
Okay.
Because it's going to be probably the same people for the most part in there. But I do think people need to see that. Getting back to basics, guys, with nature, it is really important to be careful, be aware of your surroundings, right? Like, you want to go out there. Meditating in nature is the best form of meditation for raising awareness. Okay. Talk to the plants. Ask a question to the universe. Close your eyes, put your hand on a tree, and get a telepathic message. They do come through. People feel ridiculous. Like Mike says, you know, I stood there grounding myself and I felt a little ridiculous because nobody else knew what I was doing. But he took the time out in front of people to just stand there and ground himself. They thought he was just being weird, but it doesn't matter. If that's going to help you, we all need to get past that. Like you said, like, there's only certain things we can perceive as humans. And I've learned that from my spirit guides. That's true. I don't try to convince people of that because a lot of people feel very strongly about one way or the other. But I will say that when I got off on a tangent, I'll just say that, like, the perception is and can be so much better when you're just open to whatever. Like, when you go out there saying, I'm going to experience something amazing, and then you go out there and you most likely will. And the more you get used to it, you know, when you first went out there, it was probably a little awkward. You didn't know what you were doing.
Well, there was nobody around where I was at, because I go off of the trail and I hike back into the forest a little bit where nobody is. So and you know, when I get under the tree, and I do put my hand on the tree and say, thank you for the shade, because I wouldn't be able to stay out there if I was just kept walking. The sunlight is just tremendously hot here. And I'm from the country. I'm from Montrose, Colorado, and it's like 20 degrees cooler there. You know, I'm not from the mountains.
Oh, yeah. I'm from Jersey. We just have kind of like the same hostile climate. We're like, winter and summer are constantly fighting over custody.
That's Ohio.
Thing.
Wait 5 minutes and the weather changes.
Guys, yoga too. I know men, a lot of men.
I do Tai Chi.
especially people coming in. I wanted to say that, like, especially people just coming in. Like, I don't recommend yoga to the males because I get scoffed at. But if you guys ever
A lot of guys do it.
the time, all right, nobody has to know you're doing it. There's so many men that do it. Listen,
Yep.
if you're on a spiritual path, you have to think in spiritual terms. Yoga is not a woman thing, and I really wish that society would show more men being involved in yoga. I've got RJ doing it with me. He doesn't do the positions right, but he tries. I have an app on my phone called Down Dog. I think it's like $50 a year, but you can do every single yoga move. I mean, I've never exercised in my life. I've never been on a diet in my life. Yoga keeps me comfortable. It keeps me safe in my own skin. And it does really help you work with the energy around you. I want to take the Reiki healer class so I can help you guys with cord cutting and that kind of stuff too. But Ghost Dragons, you just said something I want you to elaborate on just a little bit. Mike Roberts, I thought that too, but it's not true. We're going to work on it. You do Tai Chi.
Yes, I do.
Every morning. Can you explain
Every
a little bit
morning.
about what that is?
Tai Chi, you can go on any Google or anything and pull it up. It's just movements of flow and motion. What? I used to do yoga, but Tai Chi, see, with my movement disorder, I've learned that the Tai Chi calms me better mentally because it's all about flow motion, breathing, relaxing, just taking one step at a time. And when I do it in the grass all year round, barefoot. So even if there's snow on the ground, I'm out there barefoot and I do it for 15 to 20 minutes. And then I sit down afterwards in a chair because I can't sit Indian style anymore, but I sit down in a chair and I just relax breathing. And usually I'm good to go for the day. Now, if I have a bad day, sometimes I'll kind of disappear for a while and beyond the cemetery or woods, and I'll go down there where I know nobody's around. And what I do is I practice fight on the trees just to get the hostility out.
I want to say a couple things. And Larry, I have another thing I want you to talk about.
Okay.
But Ghost Dragons, I just want to tell you guys, like, literally, like, I'm not even kidding. Ghost Dragons is like the calmest person I know. Even when he's angry, no. When he's angry, this is what he is. He's like, I'm so angry. You don't understand. I'm gonna snap right now.
Oh, you'll know when I'm pissed.
It's so like maybe it's just because he's talking to me and like he doesn't want to.
I'm like that everybody. I know. I'm calm with everybody.
You're
but you'll
very
know.
like. I mean, I can tell. Like I can see it in your eyes, but like I can tell energetically because we're best friends. But you're angry to me. Like you see me, I'm a mess. Like my hair is all over. I have no makeup. I'm like,
why? What's the use? What good
at
does
the
it
mouth
do to
is so
you?
mad.
What
And
good
Ghost
does
Dragons
it
is
do
like,
for you? Getting mad like that just makes it
right
worse.
You
You just got to take it calmly. I take one thing at a time. I look at both sides. I always look at both sides. I don't care who it is.
Aries rising is just what does it to me. Larry, I want you to talk a little bit about, if you can, when we go out, not just into the woods. I was thinking, like, for me, this and Ghost Dragons, like people who see the dead, people who have spirits constantly coming up to us, negative, positive, just either wanting to be crossed over, wanting someone to talk to, wanting someone to mess with. We have to put up certain boundaries and barriers to protect ourselves. Now, I do feel, Larry, that you are an empath, just like the rest of us, mostly in this room and in the Wednesday night stream. How do you protect yourself? Like, I know I've sent you some stuff if you want to talk about that, and I still have to tell you on how to use it. How do you block that negative energy from getting back in? Because when negative energy sees you move away from it, like you definitely have, you have come so, I'm so proud of you. You've come so far. Mike Roberts, I'm so proud of you. You've come so far. How do you, they want to overtake you again, so it comes at you even more. How do you stop that?
Well, I thought about it. When I captured that image, I did have some of your crystals and spray that I put out there because I was being attacked by something. And I seen like one of the tall, hooded, dark things kind of hanging around my house. And so I was kind of scared. When I go out there and I plant my feet and relax my body, when I put my aura or my bubble, I call it my aura because I feel like I'm expanding my aura.
And you are.
I just say, I don't just make sure nothing is able to come in here. I think about having that not being penetrated. And, like I said, when I put your spray and stuff down, when I captured that image, I was thinking about that directly, not wanting something to attack me, saying, you can't get through this aura. You can't get through here. That's kind of what I do.
And
that is what I do.
That's amazing, because that just kind of goes back to, guys, I know I messed up the thumbnail, which I'm sorry about that. It's like a Mercury retrograde for me. That just goes back to what I was saying as the thoughts that literally come out of our head. And I always use this as an example. If you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh, it's going to be such a crappy day today. Even if you think it, you just manifested a crappy day. Now you have to work extra hard. And I'm guilty of it. I'm telling you guys, I'm guilty of it. But that just goes back to thinking while having that barrier, but thinking like, you can't get in here. You can't, this is my space. You can't touch me. I'm protected. Putting those thoughts out. And this should show you guys that, Nick, this should show you guys that thoughts really do work. Manifestation really does work.
Oh yeah.
Just something that simple. No, you can't think to yourself, I've got $1 million, and then it appears. It's not magic. It's not magic, Yeah, right. But it takes a lot of work. You
start doing stuff like that, you better check your back.
Wrenches, get in there, please. I knew they were coming.
It's because
it just takes a lot of work, and it does take a lot of belief that a lot of us don't have, because we're indoctrinated from the second we're born. We're given a name, we're given a number, and this is what's acceptable and this isn't. And once the consciousness shifts, once the collective consciousness shifts, it's going to be so different. I'm in Facebook jail for making a joke. They sent me, I can't even say the S word for when you take yourself out. They sent me awareness information and a warning because I put up a joke that said, woke up this morning and thought I was a muffler. I was exhausted. Don't delete me. And they sent me stuff for the S awareness hotline and told me to contact an emergency number if I felt like I was going to hurt myself.
Oh, no.
That's what it said. It said, I woke up this morning thinking I was a muffler. I was exhausted. Don't delete me.
It's a good thing they didn't send somebody to your house.
I know. Like, that's next. I said to my sister jokingly, I was like, is someone putting their hands on you? Does little sister have to hurt someone or cut a bit or something? I said, and they were just like, you've been warned already. The last time I was warned, do you know what I said? My sister was talking about a stalker that she has named Scott. And I had just gotten into a little bit of a Facebook argument with a guy named Scott. So all I said was, Scott must be the male form of Karen. And I got in trouble from Facebook for bullying.
You're a bully. Yeah, mean old bully.
People come in here.
Jersey girl bully.
Slob. They call me big ears. They call me clown makeup. People come in here and bully me all the time. Like, it's a part of life.
Nick, you're killing me, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick is.
Yeah, Facebook, Twitter, they're all. I stay away from social media. The only reason I'm on Facebook is because of the little lady.
I'm this way.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, that way.
She's back there. This lady right there.
It really is just, it's all about energy. And a lot of people don't want to hear that. And a lot of people scoff at it. And you know what? That's okay. And I want to say this too. And it's something that's really important to my heart right now. Okay. When you're doing better and when you're bettering yourself, there are going to be people around who aren't doing better and they're not
better. Try to take you down too.
And it doesn't matter. It could be the person that you love and that loves you more than life itself. Once that energy shift starts happening and they're on a lower frequency than you, they're vibrating down here and you're up here, there's going to be a rift, and that person could feel jealous. They could feel angry. They could start making little remarks. I've seen it happen so many times to the best of people because you're no longer vibrating on the same wavelength. So either they're going to pull you back down or you're going to move up and move on. Soulmates are not always love connected, and a soulmate is not the same as a twin flame. Soulmates, like my son RJ is my soulmate. My son Damien is my mother's soulmate. That's obviously not a romantic thing.
Yeah.
Right? That is just someone that your soul is connected to by a cord. And the only time that cord breaks is when you die. This is what I was talking about with Mike the other night, where I was talking about cord cutting, and I can't find a Reiki master near me. And I'm only on like a phase 1, whatever they call it. So I've got like 2 more big steps to go. But there are ways you can, anyone that you're with intimately, you can create a cord with. A cord is different from an attachment. An attachment is something attaches to you, or someone's energy attaches to you and takes. A cord goes both ways. So like if you're in an abusive relationship with somebody, whether you're the abuser or the abused, you will forever have a cord with that person unless you get it cut or one of you dies. Period. So we walk around with all these cords looking like octopus or octopi, however you say it. So that's another thing I want you guys to look into a little bit if you're looking for awakening. Larry, we haven't gotten there yet, but we definitely will. We got to do another video chat. I make myself available now Sundays for them, because any other day of the week I'm like rushing like a maniac, and it's just like Sunday nights. That's when Mike and I usually do them. We have to do one because I think that should maybe be your next step. Either get a Reiki master or do some do the ones that you can do by yourself. That's a whole process. And that makes you feel, guys, so much lighter. And I just want to say, like, I'm a Christian. I love Jesus. I love him. I do believe he died for our sins. And I'm not saying this because I want to convince you guys, because it doesn't matter to me if you believe in that. But when people come in or they start telling you that you're getting into witchcraft or voodoo or that stuff, I cast spells. I know how to put you down if I want to. I don't do that, but I could. Being a Christian witch, I have to draw a very fine line, right? I have to draw a very fine line. But I do spells too. I wouldn't even call it spells. That's why I call it charms, right? I do things like I want RJ to feel better if he's got a fever, so I'll burn some of this thing. People call that casting spells. It's not. It's just medicinal help, really. It's herbs. It comes from the ground. Yep. And guys, speaking of which, once the pro website is up, I do have 8-ounce bottles now because I mixed them up with 4. So I'm going to be doing spell jars. Spell jars are things that you either bury in the ground at your home for some kind of protection, energetic healing. You can put them on your counter. Some of them are made to put under your bed. So anything that you, it'll be in a spray jar, but it doesn't matter as long as it's capped. I know, we'll talk. But like, it depends what you want it for, where you put it. I'm going to be doing those, and those take a lot of time. You know, I've got to cook things, and the house is probably going to smell gross. There's things like cayenne pepper and garlic and, like, you know, eye of newt, which is an actual thing, you know, but that's not evil. This is all stuff that we were indoctrinated to think was bad because we're not supposed to be able to see it, you know. And Larry, when I see people like you, who, I mean, I love you to death. And like I said, I'm proud of you, but you used to be very impatient and very, I'm the same way. I mean, this is not an indictment because I'm still the same way. I see his face. I'm telling you.
Yeah. But you called me out that one
she's
time.
She's learning though. I'm teaching
pretty
her
much
how
say,
to
Larry, you're an asshole. Quit being an asshole. You didn't say it like that, but
I said it much nicer, but I wanted to get through to you because I didn't want to lose you. I didn't want you to think that because I didn't have as much time as I would like to, or that you needed, that I wanted you to quit or give up. I wanted to show you something.
Yeah, I was just going through a lot, and I was feeling sorry for myself and stuff. And I know that I manifest a lot of the things my own self, a lot of my problems. And I think that's the way a lot of people do when they're negative and stuff. Then they're going to manifest negative stuff.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And, you know, I expect people as my friends, you guys, what's up, Blue Heron? I expect you guys to tell me, like, Gemma, like, you're being an a-hole, you know what I mean? Or you're not acting right now. Or, you know, I do expect to be called out myself lovingly. And that's why I'll tell you guys in a nice way, like, you're manifesting this, you're doing it to yourself. That's never an indictment. Guys, you have no idea the stuff that I deal with, that I feel sorry for myself all the time. I've been doing it for 2 days. But you know what? In this room, I feel empowered. And I feel like I can do this. Like Larry did this and gives me some of the thanks. I need to get on it. Like I
want to give everybody thanks. It was the love and kindness that I saw in this group, and that I felt, and that I feel.
I'm gonna cry.
So I appreciate everybody here.
And I told you that, didn't I? I said, you're among friends, you know. Yeah. I've never, and it's not just because it's my stream. I honestly mean this, and I've had people say it to me. I've never gone into a live stream or a comment section where people are just so kind. And like, if someone's missing for 2 weeks, they're like trying to get their email or phone number to like find out if they're okay. Like, none of us have ever met in person. I met Blue Heron, I believe it was last weekend. But she's the only one. I've never met any of you guys in person, but I know that if I needed something, I could Facebook Messenger you guys, text you guys, give you guys a call, and you guys would be there. And that's amazing to me, that people that you, but that's the universe bringing all of us together. That's that synchronicity for the universe showing us like, hey, keep doing what you're doing. When you attract people like this in your life, you're going to keep attracting. Do you know what I mean? You attract what you put out. I had this meme and I wish I had saved it because it was so true. It said, the universe isn't giving you anything good or anything bad, right? There's no good luck and bad luck. The universe is simply vibrating back to you what you're giving it. So I use the example, say I'm bouncing a ball with my son. If I have a half deflated ball that I'm trying to bounce to him, that's what he's going to grab and bounce back to me, because that's what I gave him and I'm expecting back. You know, if I have a regular full-blown ball that I'm putting out, I can expect to get that full-blown ball back. And that might be a weird analogy, but it's true. You know, it really is true that the universe gives you what you put out. That's why if you guys do manifestation,
I totally believe that.
I send you the manifestation journal for you to start the 555 method, which is supposedly, and I didn't even know this, an ancient method. Why isn't it working for me? I'll tell you why it's not working for me. Because I did it for 3 months and I was manifesting everything I wanted, slowly building up to the big one, right? You write down for 5 days an intention for 55 times every day. So for instance, I really needed more money. So I wrote down, I'm so grateful to be independently wealthy and more. I don't want to be financially stable, guys. I want to be independently wealthy. I want that beach house, right? So I started doing this and I noticed like more donations were coming in. I was getting more writing opportunities for pay, which you never get on YouTube, right? I made the one time like $600 in donations but then I kind of woke up one morning and I was running late and I didn't do it. And it kind of made it okay to skip it. Then the next day I would skip. And that's fine. I've got to get back to that. But I do send those out to you guys. I'll send you guys shadow work journals. I'll send you. And this isn't patting myself on the back. The reason I'm saying this is because I believe with everything I've been through, all the times I should have died, that you guys, my son, my family, are the reason that I'm here, because I found my spiritual purpose. But I just want to be able to be more honest about it. Like, look, I am doing this work, you know?
Yeah.
I just want to know why they keep letting me come back.
So, guys,
quite honest,
you know, I've got a lot of paranormal stuff that I've gone through my life. I'd like to be able to talk about them sometimes.
Well, when we do Tuesday nights, I'm going to do 2 Tuesday streams a month. So every other week. So if you want to come back on, that's what we were wanting to do, was have people to come on and talk about their experiences. But a lot of people are afraid to come on. So if you want to come back in 2 weeks when we do this stream, we would absolutely love to have you. You did great. I know you're nervous and stuff, but like
I'm calmed like down a lot more
part of the show. Yeah, you're like a part of the show.
It's because I'm calm, and believe me,
it
takes a lot to calm.
Pisces, Virgo, okay? It's like, and Larry, I think I sent you your chart too, right? I sent you a whole
Oh yeah, yeah. You sent me a star chart or whatever you call it.
The whole
Yeah, like
birth chart.
50 pages or so or more.
How was it? Did you read some of it?
Yeah, it was great.
It was accurate.
I read all of it actually. I sent you a thing I don't know if you ever got it on your email, but I sent back some stuff about how I thought most of it was 100% on. There was some stuff that wasn't, and I was asking, well, what about the stuff that isn't on?
I think maybe the stuff that doesn't mesh with that's in our birth charts, like you said, there's not a lot of it. I think some of that just comes from outside influence, comes from experiences that we had, like Pisces, Libra, Aries. Like my combination always says like we're amazing with animals. We could be like animal whisperers. Let me tell you something. I have never had a pet except for a hamster. I don't even know how to act around animals. I would never hurt an animal, but I'm not one of those people that's like, oh my God, the poor animals. I'm like, forget the animals, worry about the children, and I don't even like admitting that because people get angry. But that for me is because I was raised with a mom who really doesn't like pets or animals around because they mess. And that was an outside influence on me. So I think the things that aren't are the outside influence. Guys, I just want to put this out there. Be kind, welcome. Anyone who I didn't welcome, I'm sorry. You guys know I've been yakking because I don't get to talk all week. So I just want to say, I think it's August 7th. Steve Stockton, I got to get the actual date, but I'm almost positive it's August 7th. Steve Stockton is going to be on a show called Disembodied Voices. He's opening their season 2 with a 2-part episode. Okay. This is on the Paraflix network, Paranormal Netflix. You got to stream it. I don't think it's a lot, but huge deal, big news. Not only am I going to be on season 3, I'm filming for it Saturday nights, but the woman has offered to mentor me in the field. So that is amazing. If you guys didn't see it yet, my magazine, it's tmppress.com where you can get a copy. It's issue number 5. They did explain the Mrs. Gemma Jade is because the name Gemma in a lot of countries is male. And they didn't think to put Miss because they didn't want to make me sound young and like not as mature. So they went with Mrs. It had nothing to do with like my being married or whatever, because I always go by Miss Gemma Jade. So I did put something out there that I was a little pissed. I worked it out with them. If you guys want to pick that up. And of course, like I said, my website, I am going to shut down the Etsy shop, guys. The person who helped me with it, I love him. I appreciate that he did it, but he was a bit lecherous and didn't want to understand that I was married. So I'm kind of blocked out of all that. I sold a mug for like $20 and I made like 12 cents. So he did something there. So Etsy's shutting down, but I am going to go to Prettify and get my own merch that I designed myself and that I'm in control of, because I have to start doing that too, right? I was raised by 4 or 5 men, my father and a bunch of his friends, and I was the princess, right? I was the only child for a while. I was the princess, and I was just like, do this for me, do that for me. And then when I got older, I realized that not everyone's going to play along, and I still do have those tendencies to kind of be like, can't you just handle this for me? So it's stuff that I'm pulling out of. So yeah, big things coming my way. Paraflix is also looking for hosts for shows. So I'm hoping that's one of the things I'm trying. No, I don't want to steal her. I don't want to be on Disembodied Voices as the host, but they're looking for new shows.
I'm gonna steal the
That'd
job
be cool,
that you're
yeah.
going at.
Yeah, wouldn't that be really cool?
It would be cool.
My main goal is to be someone who interviews others. I know I talk a lot because this is my stream, but if it was a show, I would have like questions and I would be a lot more tame. I know I would be able to do it. Money is not the bottom line, but it is nice to make more than $27 a month, which is what I make off YouTube ad revenue. To be able to support myself and my family. But I'm proud of me today. 4 years ago, I was 86 pounds, addicted to drugs and eating out of garbage cans. Actually, 4.5.
That's another thing. I've had a bad drug problem. I've OD'd.
That's right. You're in recovery too.
Yeah. When I had the bad experience, when I OD'd, and we were upstairs and the door came open and the black hooded, there was like 6 or 7 surrounded me, and I was flopping around like a fish, and I was wondering, why ain't they helping me? What the heck's going on? Why ain't these guys helping me? But I thought the neighbors down below had heard me flopping around because I tore up the kitchen, flopping. I had 2 other people with me. They said there was nobody else here, just us. Oh, yeah, there was somebody else here. And one of my friends said, well, at least you know somebody's waiting for you on the other side. I go, I sure hope not, because those people came from down below.
Can I tell you guys something? As a Christian and as someone who's seen the dead and who has had communication with spirit my whole life, I want to explain something to you. It's not that hell's not real, guys. And I'm not trying to get religious. You don't have to believe me. I love you guys. No matter
yeah,
what.
I didn't mean it like that.
No.
Hell.
What I'm saying is, I just want to say that your afterlife is what you expect it to be. So if you think you're going to hell, I'm not saying Satan isn't real, because he is, but they don't have dominion over your soul. And most of the stuff is contracted. People hate when I say like Hitler went to heaven. People don't like that. And it's not because I'm pro Hitler, guys. It's because it was contracted to do that, to bring change into the world. And that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. So what you expect, I want you guys to expect that if anything were to, God forbid, ever happen to you, you're going into love and light and peace, and you're going to come visit Gemma, and everything's going to be great. Because you guys are amazing. A lot of us are in recovery here. It doesn't have to be from drugs, from something, codependent relationships. Blue Heron, I'm so proud of you for finally putting up those boundaries and sticking to them and not taking anyone's crap anymore. Definitely one of the most empathic people I know. We have an amazing group here, and I really want you guys to stay closely connected. And you know, if any of you want to come on and talk about your journey like Larry did, I would love to have you guys. I love having people on. You just got to excuse my yap. During the week, the only person I have to talk to is my toddler. So I get excited when I have people in like an audience, right? But thank you, Ghost Dragons. But yeah. I do love you guys, and I am proud of a lot of you. Thank you guys so much for coming.
Yeah, I see Edna said something on there. I want to be, what did she say? I want to be worthy. I said, I don't really think that you need to be worthy of anything. I just think what you put out.
That's right. Putting out positive energy. And can I just tell you, like, I pick up energy over text messages. I can feel all of your guys' energy, which is why I'm so welcoming to you. You're a beautiful soul. Like, you're putting out the best, the very best you possibly can. And all of us are working on ourselves.
And we're all worthy when you think about it.
Yeah, because we're all worthy, because we're all from God, if that's what you call it, or the creator. We all are from the universe. We all have a beautiful spirit, a beautiful soul. I am, guys, the Shadow Person book, Shadow Entities Beyond the Sleep Paralysis Demon. That's my next book. I'm hoping to have it out next month, but let me tell you something. I am like 15,000 words in, and I'm only on like chapter 5. So it's going to be a big one. I may even have to condense it, because I don't think they want me to go over like 80,000 words, but it's probably going to be even bigger than the one now. If you guys want a signed copy of the newest book I did with Steve, Encounters with Evil, 101 True and Terrifying Tales, or if you want Missing the Faith Theory, a copy of that signed, hit me up before you buy it, and you pay me through PayPal. I'll grab it. I'll pay for the shipping with your money, and then I'll sign it. I always sign the back. Larry's like, you didn't sign my book. And yeah. I had to think for a minute. I was like, oh my God, did I forget to sign his book? Like, that's so Gemma, like, to send out a book not signed, thinking I signed it.
But I found it.
I do sign the back, guys, and I try to put something personal in there for you guys. I just, I want to make a living out of helping people, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on a network, whether it's standing on the corner singing. Like, I want to help the collective, and it really touches me, Larry, that you wanted to come on, and despite being nervous, you came on, and you're like another host on the show. I think next time I will put you in so that you can read the comments and talk to people a little bit more. But everyone's saying how great you're doing, how amazing, how proud they are of you, and I just love you guys.
Well, thank you, everybody.
Larry, thank you so much for coming on. Guys, hit me up if you're interested in the manifestation sprays. Like I said, I'm also selling these bracelets, pure gemstones, guys. I would never sell you anything. This one is pink rhodonite. So it's depending on what kind of crystal, because some of them I'd have to buy and they'd be a little more expensive. I do make most of them myself, unless it's something rare. That's how much it'll cost you, but it's never going to be a lot. I got the ruby zwasite on right now. I call it zwasite. It's actually zoisite. Larry, I've sent you crystal packages. I've sent you uncrossing spray, tar water. I've sent you black witch sand, which
I put that stuff to use because there are bad energies out there that try to feed off of our energies.
They want you even more now.
Yeah, they want you to stay away. I mean, they want you to stay away from this.
Oh, I get attacked all the time.
I mean, you get
And
attacked.
and I don't know how I stay so positive some days because I literally
But we want
get
them
attacked.
to stay away.
I just
Gemma Jade has ways to do that. She has ways to help keep bad entities away.
And that's what I want to do, guys. I really, really want to learn with you, and you know, I eventually want to meet most of you. I want to go like cross country and meet you guys. Like I'm all about this channel. Yes, we still are on for tomorrow. This was something I wanted to do, have a special guest, someone very special to me and close to my heart, like all you guys are. But we will be doing the 4 to 4.5 hour live intuitive oracle tomorrow. And again, if you guys want to purchase any of my products, including my 8-ounce new spell jars, guys, I got some good stuff. Mike, I don't know about the pink rhodonite, but I could probably find something for you. I think a nice rainbow moonstone or dragon's blood jasper would do the thing for you. I found an amazing crystal for severe depression. And I'm not saying this is a replacement for a doctor. Calligraphy jasper. Guys, if you're going through a really grief-stricken period or a depressed period, I could send you some or look it up. It's available on Amazon. Just always read the description and make sure that it's 100% pure and not synthetic or man-made. Guys, I'm going to end it up here. I've got some work to do on the 3rd book and writing for MPNM. Email me, moonbearoracle@gmail.com, GemmaJadeParanormal@gmail.com. If you need anything, help with spiritual help, I'll do whatever I can to get something out to you or to help you. It is my job, but I try not to make like prices like ridiculously high. So I love you guys very, very much. Please come in tomorrow and get your weekly reading. And if you want personals, again, hit me up. I've got some openings because I only have a few left. So love you guys. Larry, thank you so much for coming on. I'll talk to you.
Thank you, Gemma. Thank you, Ghost Dragon. Thank you.
You're welcome.
If you want to come up and tell some of your stories, that would be amazing. That would be a great stream, actually. So
yeah.
All right. See you later, Larry. We're going to end out.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.
That was great. Guys, message me if you need anything. I'm going to be working on the book. Ghost Dragons, I love you. I'll talk to you later. And again, guys, thank you so much for coming. Bye. Be kind to each other. Be kind. I love you, Mama. I miss you so much.